It's called Humanity by Scorpio. You should listen to it. I don't.
Thank you. And if it's fair, do you mind if I point out not to quit your day job?
I'm just saying, I would not encourage anybody to think about this app as anything productive. It's just a waste of time with people who are generally a waste of time. That's all it is.
Well, I get dopamine hits from it.
Oh, that's totally fine. Well, I get that. Me too. But like, it's not productive. There's nothing productive here.
Well, you know, for me, again, because I try to be careful with the way I speak, I think it develops my language skills.
There's a lot of newer programming here. You can talk to Republicans about that. Republicans, the guy in the audience, on the stage, not like actual American Republicans, are undereducated like crazy.
Yeah, well, you do it all the time, Rabbi. You're practicing your English with us. I mean, as native English speakers, you think it's a waste of time, but I'm actually programming you with all of my sentiment, my words, my emotions, even. I have been essentially conditioning you for multiple years in the same way that Diego has been conditioning his dog, Brunzesia.
No, what I do is literally I put you on almost, not the lowest volume, but almost my computer, and like you're in the background. I'm just wasting. Seriously, I cannot take you seriously. There's no discussion. That's why I troll. I don't troll because I'm a troll.
Listen, all communication is spam. It's all hypnosis and projection, and that's all you're doing right now. You're just doing it again all the time. You just spam communication, spam communication, spam communication. Because that's what you just told El Normo, that he's just a worthless nothing and everything he says is a worthless nothing. I mean, that's projection 101. That's spam. You know, that's not good hypnosis, though. That's the point.
I can't say that to El Normo. I don't think El Normo is a waste. I don't think he's nothing. I think he wastes his time with people who are nothing, and I'm encouraging him to do otherwise.
Are you saying that clitorises are what's the plural of clitoris?
El Normo doesn't.
Clitori? I don't know. Are you saying that clitorises are a waste of time and useless?
No,
Clitori?
El Normo.
No, Danny.
But that doesn't cover.
Let us ChatGPT.
Do they really exist? That's kind of like
What?
There's probably a woman that has 2 clits.
I was thinking about.
I don't think so. Imagine that would be amazing.
I don't think I would like having 2.
Aren't they
Actually,
like Bigfoot? Like people are always looking for them, but they never find them.
Yeah, and if you don't use them, they disappear, I found out.
Are you kidding me? Don't tell me that.
The common plural of clitoris is clitorises, and the classical or technical plural is clitorides.
I'm a classic clitorid.
You're a classic clitorid. Clitorid.
Bringing it back to our earlier conversation.
There's no conversation. Why can't you understand? There's no conversation with these people, man.
It's because all
These
communication is
people.
hypnosis.
Yeah, you're all literally. I mean, I don't want to say it because then you guys will, come like leftists and call me racist and whatever. It has nothing to do with race. The fact that you guys are captivities to your own mindset, that's what makes you a nigger. And you guys simply don't seem to be able to comprehend these words. Again, that's not my.
You, on the other hand, have freed yourself of your complexes.
I've been born free. So what I'm
You were
talking.
born retard. That we can agree.
You were born so free that when you put on the handcuffs, it's voluntary. You understand what you're doing.
Totally. I mean,
Born free.
have a conversation with.
What is worse, Diego? Being born free and putting your handcuffs voluntarily, or being born with handcuffs?
Definitely putting it on voluntarily.
I mean,
Never go full retard.
Yeah, that's Randy.
Come on, Randy.
You guys can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I accept all of it. It's not a big deal.
Look, at least Edmund really wastes time on purpose. It's intentional.
I'm
Yeah,
just
see, this
saying,
is the problem. This is what's wrong when racists call other people racist, or when people tell you they're a waste of time. They're wasting your time by telling you that you're a waste of time. Don't you see what you're doing, schmucko?
Yeah, exactly.
No, disagree with me, Republicans, that these guys are a waste of time? Like, were you ever able to actually have an actual conversation?
No,
You know what
just
Susan?
because.
You know what Susan Sontag said? All things are interesting depending on the degree of attention you focus on them.
Who said that?
I lost interest in the first part of that quote.
No, you couldn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I would suppose that person is wrong because not everything is interesting.
No, she's of the type, so she's right by definition.
Everything can.
Me?
I would admit to that.
I never checked. It's a fair assumption. I never checked to see if she was Jewish.
So you have to look at it from the perspective of people watching, or being what's the word I'm looking for? A voyeur. Because when I live stream all these rooms, people on the other end are looking at me, listening to you, and they're wondering, what the fuck am I looking at? So it provides an interesting juxtaposition in hypnosis. So again, back to what Diego said, at least I'm purposefully doing nothing. You're actually unpurposefully doing nothing. You see the difference?
Yeah. It's full research. The reason that Ultra Direction gets a lot of hate is because he just hates that we do it better than he does.
No, it's simply the fact that like there's no discussion, dude.
Well, there never is. That's the definition of wasting time.
See, you immediately devolve back into the game again. So the whole game deals with one-upmanship, and you're doing like negative one-upmanship, and the point is, it's so purposefulness and stupid. It's just unbelievable.
We're talking about not talking about anything.
Exactly.
Telling you is that like there's
Imagine Randy complaining because somebody interrupts too
only
much.
4 or 5 people. That's it. But like everyone, like look, dude, if you can't take someone seriously, what can you do? If you can't educate me, then you should give me entertainment. How do you give me entertainment? That's why I troll you. If I troll you, that means I will take you seriously. That's
I
all.
heard you smell like a Jew, Rabbi.
Wow, what an abomination.
How many people in here have never tasted a matzo ball, just out of curiosity?
Me.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I have never tasted a matzo ball.
Are you thinking you could Doris Day?
Matzo cook.
Oh my god.
Matzo what?
Cook.
Matzo clitoris.
Matzo clitoris.
What?
I have never tasted a matzo ball. No.
I'm always surprised to not. I mean, it just seems like such a part of the
It's
language.
just imagine you take salty crackers, crush them up into a ball, and put them in the water. That's it.
It's not that far. The amazing thing is that I was with a girl, I'll admit it, okay? And
You made her taste your matzo balls?
no. She's like taking care of me because she's wonderful. She's like, and I got you matzo balls. I said, oh, that's so sweet. That's so thoughtful. So I said, do you want some? And she said, yeah, okay. I've never tasted this before. So she takes a taste of the matzo ball and she like spits it out. And she says, this is just a bunch of dough. And I'm like, I never thought of it that way. It's like just it's like what Diego said. It's just like you chewed up a cracker and spit it out and shaped it into a ball.
So good.
That
Like
sounds
no one.
disgusting.
I've brought so many Gentiles to eat it, and they love it. Like I never had a bad reaction, and you're telling me.
Oh my god, oh child.
I listen, Danny. To us, it tastes like home. It tastes like mom, you know.
Ugh.
But
The smothering.
Randy has only his right matzo ball.
what's that?
Tastes
Randy
like,
has only his right matzo ball. He lost the link one.
Is he missing a bicycle?
The link one. Did I say link one? The links one. He lost his left one.
Check under the fridge.
just talking about my balls.
It just never dropped.
Yeah, they're bad matzo.
Danny, what's up with you?
Jesus, Danny.
Oh child.
Okay.
Oh child.
Is this a new thing? Oh child, oh child.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, child.
Things are gonna get easier.
So see, Mixed,
The bot is coming.
if Mixed was my son, I swear to God, I would drown him in the bathtub. I would drown him in the
You
bathtub.
have no idea, or maybe you do, how hot his wife is. She's like ridiculously hot.
Elon, what Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10?
What about it?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's
I
wife.
don't covet. Believe me,
It sounds like it. It sounds, yeah.
Sounds like you want to covet her hard.
Sounds like
You
a
know?
Can't I be complimentary?
No,
No.
his wife is hot. Look, he wants to clap Mixed's wife's ass.
That's not true at all. I'm very
Did you
talented.
meet
There's
her
anything
in
wrong with it.
person? Did
Not
you
that
meet her in real life?
I mean,
Yes,
I have only seen
Mr.
her on
Rock?
TV.
many times. She is out of his league. I will give you that.
Many times. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we
Maya,
Maya, come on stage. I cannot invite you anymore.
Do you think that's why he's house bitch? That's because she's out of his league?
You know what makes her extra hot till normal is all that like controlling and like wearing the pants in the relationship thing.
Well, that's
What? You find that hot? Yeah, I didn't know that
No,
you
that's
like
what they. That's what they
He means
like.
the opposite. He means the opposite.
I need a nice Jewish man so I could boss him around because the Greeks not let
You
him
already
around.
have a nice Jewish man. I know you have a nice Catholic man.
He's
Greek
Orthodox.
Orthodox. Oh, Jesus.
He's a Greek Orthodox.
Well, did you see, Randy? One of your people did marry a Jew.
He's not really Orthodox.
He's unorthodox.
He is.
Orthodox don't marry anyone who's not Orthodox. I would not marry anyone.
Then I'm not really Jewish, too.
Was it an interfaith marriage, or is that Orthodox Church refused to marry you guys?
We're not. I don't know the exact details. I know they're not supposed to let us. Now, if they let us,
Yeah,
they're not supposed to let us.
they're not supposed to let you. That's why I'm saying I don't think Danny got married at the Orthodox Church.
No, of course not. They're not.
I'm
Really
not married, I guess.
There you go. He's not Orthodox.
Do you guys have pre-Canaan?
If even if they let me, I wouldn't do it because they're not supposed to let me. If they let me, that means things up there. It's not. They're not supposed to do that.
So do you
Yeah,
need an
that's like when
Orthodox
you-
Christian, or like could you marry a Catholic?
No.
That's like a Woody Allen joke, right? Norm, I would never want to be part of a club that would have me as a member.
Randy's
Actually,
Randy's girlfriend.
Groucho Marx joke that Woody Allen repeated.
Yes, you're
Danny.
correct. Thank you.
Randy's girlfriend is an atheist,
Yeah. No.
so he doesn't.
There's no such thing as an atheist.
She's not an
Yeah.
atheist.
Yeah, there is, Elmormo.
I disagree.
Doesn't. No, she's not.
Yeah, there's people that believe so
No,
strongly.
Norm, you're supposed to say I don't believe in that.
I don't
I
believe it.
believe in
That's
it,
correct.
but they believe so strongly that there is no God, that they believe in something. You know? There was a time I said I was agnostic because I believed in God. I just...
You could troll an agnostic or an atheist by literally telling them, prove to me that you're an atheist, and then you literally use the same exact logic to say, hey, you didn't really prove shit.
Yeah, that's funny. But it does get them pretty upset when I say I don't believe in atheism. It's a very weak religion. I call it a very weak religion.
Atheism is a thing.
Would you say it's not a thing?
No, because whenever people don't believe in a god, they create their own god. I mean, that's been the history. At the same time, atheism just correlates with socialism. When you have socialism, you have atheism. When socialism is no more, atheism is more. It's just communism.
Socialism is just a bad religion.
Like Evan thinks that the state can do all these things that
Believe in something, you need to first acknowledge it and then say I don't
That's
believe
exactly it. That is exactly it. What is it exactly that you don't believe in?
the thing that you can't identify.
Oh, but you
That's what they would say.
But you identified it. Otherwise, how would you not believe it?
It's actually
Correct,
anti-Jewish to
that's what I'm
identify it,
saying.
isn't it? You can't even say his name.
That's not identifying him
Of course.
or them.
That's what Plato says, is that first, you gotta identify first.
It's just that we don't name it in an inappropriate circumstance. We pray to God and we use his name.
Are we not supposed to
one of the-
understand it completely?
Norm, go ahead and tell me one of the secret names. Go ahead.
Like
No.
Lord?
No. The secret names. The ones that you're not supposed to
it.
share.
Secret he will not tell
We
you,
don't
right?
have something that we don't share. We just don't use it in vain.
No, actually, well, let's be more precise about that, actually. We don't know.
You don't know what?
He cut out.
Are we
Caleb, you
talking
need to make
Yud-Hey,
it.
Vav-Hey?
Are you allowed to say that?
Caleb was about to say the secret name, and someone
Is he allowed to say that?
We cut out.
My internet cut out. Maybe you didn't hear
They
that.
got him exactly what the other Jews.
That was divine intervention. That's why. It was divine intervention.
No, he's an atheist, and the internet is his god.
Sorry, my power just got turned off. I got the guy working here, so things may cut out. Yeah, it's just we don't know how to pronounce that. We've lost. We've lost the tradition of how to pronounce the four-letter name of God. It was held. Pardon me?
I had it on a post-it note, but now I can't find it.
Well, Yahweh has no vowels, right? But or
Yahweh,
whatever.
yeah, it
There
has
are no
an A
vowels
and
in the
an
Torah,
E.
Diego.
There's no vowels, right?
There is a tradition. There is a tradition in the Masoretic text of how to put the vowels on it, but those vowels translate to the pronunciation of the replacement word, not right. We punctuate Yud-Hey Vav-Hey as Adonai. Those are the vowels we put under those letters, because we don't know the way that the high priest used to pronounce it in the temple on Yom Kippur. Just don't. We've lost that tradition.
There you go.
How did you lose it? What happened?
We had a destruction of the temple and no more high priests.
They wrote it on a post-it note, and they
Well, where's Mixed? Bring in Mixed.
Where's the
He doesn't know how
Levites?
to. He doesn't know how to say it either.
Don't we need some Levites?
Maybe, but they don't know how to say it either. It's long gone.
I know how to say it, but I'm not gonna share that with you.
Thank you.
Randy, you can finish on the high priest.
Pay me, bitch, pay me. Do I consider myself a high priest? Yes, I am. I am
Amazing.
a high priest.
Do we call that a Pharisee?
No, the Pharisee is not a priest.
They were decidedly not.
Say fallacy?
What did you say, Pharisee or fallacy?
No, I said, is that how Chinese people say fallacy?
Like that is actually how they say it. Which one is it, Diego?
I just pinged in my.
Pharisee.
He has to come back.
No, that's not a Pharisees are not priests.
Okay. So what do you call a high priest as opposed to a rabbi?
High priest.
Kohen Gadol?
There you go.
I wouldn't call him Gadol.
He was Gadol because he was the boss.
So what were the Pharisees then?
The Pharisees are the proto-rabbis. They're called Pharisees. In Hebrew, they're called prushim, which means interpreters. So they had a particular interpretation of the law that other groups like Sadducees and Essenes and Samaritans and Karaites didn't have. So that's why they were called that, because of their interpretive method.
So were they like rabbis wannabe?
They were sort of before the institution of rabbis, but yeah, they are rabbis. It's acceptable to think of them as like the earliest rabbis. Yeah,
But never officially.
it's different. Like they didn't call them that, right? That only in the later texts do we call people Rav and Rabbi. They are the Pharisees, right? The Pharisees have teachers. They call them rabbis sometimes, right? But like when you get to the Mishnah, the people in the Mishnah are called rabbi.
Okay. And you call them Pharisees as well.
I would only call them Pharisees when I was talking like about a particular historical period, and I wanted to like identify like a different political group or a sect.
Why did you laugh there, Diego?
No, just they don't consider themselves a sect. But this all happened after Jesus.
They're not a
It's
sect.
interesting.
No, there's Pharisees at Jesus' time.
You're talking about, but those were the
No.
as you said. No, what Caleb said is correct.
No, I'm I'm saying that the rabbis don't come up with it until after Jesus shakes that whole foundations.
Yeah,
Am I wrong about that, Randy?
Yeah, because they were left with nothing but that. You can't have there's no temple.
Boom. And they'll never build it again.
We're not supposed to.
Not with that attitude.
No, I mean they could do it, but they don't do it.
They're
No,
not
they don't even have to. They don't even have to do it in Israel. They could just do it anywhere. They could do it in the United States.
They believe it will show up out of
In
nowhere.
Rome?
That is
Maybe they
classically
should build it
Jewish.
in
It'll show
Gaza.
up out of nowhere. That's classically Jewish.
Maybe they should build it in Gaza.
Just like Facebook arrived for Mark Zuckerberg, that type of thing, right?
It has to be in the city of David.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
That does.
You're wrong about that, Randy. Come on, Randy.
It has to be in the city of King David. Yeah, it does. What are you talking about?
It can be anywhere. It's a spiritual situation.
No.
Diego, get your Catholicism out of this.
Maybe you're right.
From their Jewish paradigm, it has to be. Like the rabbinical paradigm, not Jewish.
Alright.
I believe rabbis are like diametrically opposed to Judaism. But from the rabbinical stance, that has to be.
Okay. I'll accept it.
But it doesn't matter if you guys accept it or not. I still think you're wasting crunching numbers while you guys. I barely listen to you, but like, yeah. You guys are wasting.
I'll allow it.
It doesn't matter if you allow it or not.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm looking at next era energy stock. I mean, it looks like a good buy. That's what I care about. I don't give two
Oh
damn.
wow, so Fish convinced you to look
No,
at
that
these
doesn't.
things.
That has nothing to do with what Fish mentioned. This is an energy stock. Utilities. It's like renewable and stuff. It's a growth stock that wants to be a dividend king, which is interesting. It's actually a good stock if you look at their finances. That's what I care about. I couldn't care less if Diego understands what the Pharisees are, or if Caleb wants gay marriage, or if this guy. I don't care.
Caleb wants gay marriage.
Yesterday I was told that. Well, I saw him before defending gays like Daniel. But he said like gay is okay in Torah, which is something that's beyond me.
You have mentioned Daniel 4 times today in this room.
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Whenever you guys.
Yeah, explain yourself.
Daniel's taken, Randy.
When you ask.
Yeah, Randy.
When you ask a question and don't want to listen to the answer, I call it the Daniel syndrome. So when you guys just interrupt everybody and like there's a conversation, that's why I'm telling you, bring in Daniel.
Being
Because
in the whole Blue Man group.
what a waste of time. Total waste of time. You know, you've heard it been told to you, you shall not waste your seed. But that's literally what you do on this app every damn day.
Isn't it funny how the most annoying thing for Randy is that he gets interrupted when that is what he does every time.
That's not the issue. The issue is the lack of a conversation. I don't mind being interrupted if Diego wants to say something, but if you see, that's why I troll Isabel. I already told you that. It's because I can't take you guys seriously. There's no discussion, motherfucker. There's no other way. There's nothing. There's no education. There's only entertainment.
He's right about that. That's what I came to the conclusion of. There's no real discussion.
Yeah,
Do you remember the day that Randy and Rambleson were going at each other? And how they were complaining about each other not letting each other talk?
That's what happened.
It's just, yeah, it's like,
That's not
it
what
was
happened.
crazy.
That's not what happened at all.
So,
Oh,
Randy,
we
let's
experienced
discuss
it for
inside
over
trading.
30 minutes. Oh, sorry, Meyer. Go.
So, Randy, let's discuss inside trading and if it should be legal or not.
Of course, it should be illegal.
Ooh.
That's not a conversation if you just end with, of course. Make your case.
We can have a conversation. Well, I think it's. I mean, I know you agree with me, so I'm not sure how we're gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be a boring conversation.
It's still a conversation.
You agree with each other?
I mean, I can have that. I would rather have something we disagree on. Oh, fine. Okay, I think it should be illegal because it's rigged and it's unfair and like I'm busting these nuts trying to make a living when some bitch like Nancy Pelosi shows up through Paul Pelosi, she buys shit right before she pushes legislation that bumps it. I think it's very easy to see why that's unfair.
That's true.
That's risky.
Yeah, but what do I get unfair? What do you mean by unfair?
Maybe it's gonna try to
Inside
defend this.
trading
It's gonna
because
be
she
very-
knows the movement.
It's risk-free.
She knows how she's influencing the markets.
Yeah, but what? But okay, but let's go a little deeper. Why is that a problem? You're just
Rich,
jealous,
Go
so
ahead,
you're saying
defend
you're
it,
rich
man.
to market.
Just get to the point.
Defend what? What am I
Defend Nancy
Are you going to
Pelosi's.
defend inside trading, Maya?
I'm just telling you
No,
that.
I'm gonna force him to make the argument completely.
Well, I'm giving it. I'm saying it's risk-free revenue.
But what's the unfair part? Means it hurts the market, or she can get rich if you can?
No, it's simply that
No, it's that she's playing with information.
Okay, but again, go a level deeper. Why is that a problem?
Do you know the Nigger Shoals model?
Do I? What?
Nigger Shoals model. It's a pricing model. Efficient markets don't allow quote unquote free money or like risk-free revenue.
Well, they don't allow arbitrage. Risk-free, yeah.
Exactly. So no arbitrage condition. You can find it in a financial model called the Nigger Shoals model. And
Post that. What is that?
Well, wait a second, Randy. It's not risk-free. I mean, she has to convince other people to vote on the legislation with her.
wow. Okay, but she already knows. Like she already knows who's gonna vote for what. I mean, these guys talk, dude. Anyways, she's not even buying this
Do you
stuff.
have the apps that track them? Like there's apps that can track their trade.
I'll write it in the chat for you. 1 second.
No, people track the trades of these people and copy them, trying to make money that way.
That's a smart way. I mean, that was a smart.
Yeah, but that came after they realized that she was doing inside trading.
I just put it in the. She's not even.
Correct.
She's number 5, and there's like 4 Republicans that make much more than she does inside trading.
She's not doing inside trading, or else they'd be litigated, right?
No, she is. She is doing it, but she's
They are litigated. They just haven't been convicted yet.
The Black Scholes model, not the.
Are they being prosecuted?
No,
No, I investigated. I don't think there's anything to get like it here.
no, not the guys.
the chat. You should Google it. It's in the chat.
16 people. Wow, hit that subscribe button.
But anyways, the same goes for the capital asset pricing model, same goes for their business price, blah, 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 blah. There's the no arbitrage condition. You do not get to have risk-free fucking revenue. And that is what you do with insider trading. It's gay, it's horrible. And like the fact that you get to do it and I don't, like that's just a rigged market. It's not efficient.
I don't think that's the best argument against it. I'm being serious. The best argument against it is that it hurts the efficiency of the market. And it makes... Oh, okay, no, the way you're framing it, it sounds like you're jealous.
Of course I'm jealous.
Okay, but that's not a good argument. Jealousy is not a good argument.
It is a good. My argument is
Hey,
not
Jews have been doing it for years.
my argument isn't that it's bad. My argument is bad when I don't get to benefit from it.
Yeah, that's not a good argument.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's not a good argument to say you shouldn't be able to rob a bank because I want to rob the bank. That's not a good argument.
Standard,
Literally.
the standard of morality is my life. The standard of morality is my life.
That's exactly how you justify the creation of
Simon,
Israel.
stop quoting Simon.
Okay, Diego, you're not following the conversation this time yet. Like, we
Why
know
do
you're
you get to have a
fool.
country when I don't have a country? I want a country too.
My life is the standard of
I want a
That's
tax.
not-
You have a country.
That's not even close to truth, but it's okay.
I want to blow up little poor third worlders.
Would you not do the same? Like if I was in Nancy Pelosi's shoes, I would rob you fucking idiot blind. I would rob you blind in ways you can't even imagine. I would do it even
We know
worse.
you would.
Yeah,
That's why we're
Yeah, I know
happy
you
to
would.
have you as a poor college student.
but you bet your
Correct.
I'm just like you. The only difference between you and I is that I'm more honest. That's
Is
all.
the hair, the black curly hair,
So are you telling me?
and the quantity of it.
Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream, everybody. Hope you have a great Friday.
Are you telling me you would rob the
This
entire
is like an
nation
art
through
gallery.
Paul, your husband?
That's an Andy
Oh,
Warhol
that's
Hitler over
awesome.
there. This is an Andy Warhol
If I was
poster,
Nancy Pelosi, I would have my
a
friend
green
come over
poster,
and
and then these are some newly framed posters. This is an Andy Warhol water.
Well, I mean, you could
Yeah,
also.
that's true.
These are Norval Morso.
I'm just saying, you all know that you would rob shit blind. So I think everyone who talks about Nancy Pelosi is jealous, essentially. Which I'm one of them. I mean, I wish I could have
Great.
access to that corruption. I want not accessible corruption. Like Mexico.
Who put Susan Sontag up there? What a cunt.
Well, that's unlawful.
What?
Funny enough, I call him a clitoris.
Who is Susan Sontag?
A wretched bitch.
A what?
Wretched bitch. A feminist, just a very far left, obnoxious, shitty person.
I love far left numbers. They're the reason why there's so many emasculated men out there, and if there's not many emasculated men, then how do we get to cuck you motherfuckers? How do we get to do that? Pepe, have you ever heard, do you know anything about cuckoldry in the United States?
Yeah, there's like hot wives, and you even have cuck queens that like.
Have you ever cooked anyone, Pepe?
So I'm just saying, like, if you don't have emasculated...
Kinda, sorta. It wasn't consensual, but you know, for either party involved.
But
Randy says he has cooked people.
of course I have. I'm telling you that if there's no feminists, how can we get the emasculated men so that then we may cuck them?
Well, this woman emasculated me and her husband. She raped me in front of her husband.
Oh, child.
Oh my god.
Oh, child. Bring me a little Haiti. We need those Haiti.
Well, Randy cooked Andrew Meyer, right?
I am gonna cook Andrew Meyer. It's in November, hopefully. But my plans changed now. I can't do
You've
it.
been delaying this for a long time now.
Yeah, I have things going on. I will go hopefully in November, but it's gonna be in Florida, not in Arizona. I'm going to Michigan and then Florida.
When are you coming to Florida, Randy?
Me in Michigan.
Oh, Alex.
Okay, you so.
Why do you dox him?
Oh, I don't know. I have always called him for his name. I don't know. Like, it's not.
I think I was Alex when we first met.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't do it on purpose. It just goes out like that.
Isabel, can you change the title to what I wanted it to be yesterday?
No.
Why not?
Because we're not gonna have a room in honor of Rico.
It will be so funny. It will be so funny.
What, me running a room of Rico? That's retarded.
Yeah, but it's not about Rico, it's just the title.
Did Rico make you sit in the cuck chair? Is that why it didn't work? You thought?
No, I would never. I mean, it would be the other way around. He would be sitting in a cock chair.
It's so funny when you say cuck chair. It's just your accent. I don't know why.
She basically was the dominant figure and she hated being the dominant one.
Exactly.
Well, what's the title that you're at?
That's actually a good summary.
Go practicing cash flow additivity principle.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's
Put it, Randy, so that Meyer can see it.
rough man. Rico
Catch that, Randy. What was the title?
practicing.
He's gonna put it.
Okay.
But yeah, basically that's how the relationship summarizes my relationship with Rico. I was the dominant one. And I hated to be the dominant one.
No child. She hates being the dominant one. However, she makes sure to take out her wallet when it comes to paying for the bill.
No, yeah, we already agreed on this.
I have to stand for that story.
I already.
Hates being dominant, but she makes sure she leaves no option.
No, but I already explained that, and you. I thought we already settled that. You understood.
Amazing.
So there's no point in bringing it over and over again, like you went for a lobotomy after we agreed on something.
No, in the end we agreed, yes. Well, we like to be for the beginning of things, Isabel. That's why we call it the beginning.
No, because then it's just like the conversation never happened.
Okay,
It's just boring.
Genesis, and let's start with Deuteronomy.
No, I want to start with the New Testament, not with Genesis.
Okay, well, I think you should.
Jesus Christ, we have to talk about the Bible again.
Especially when you start.
Why not?
Because he says no.
No,
It doesn't matter. I mean, like, Rico cannot see it either way because he's
But
blind.
you're the one who told me to do it.
Oh, because Meyer wanted to see it, and Fahy also wanted to see it.
Yeah, I think that's a very nice.
Pepe, especially when you start that claim with Jesus Christ.
I know.
Which claim did I start with?
Jesus Christ, do we have to talk about religion and the Bible again?
I mean, we should.
We're talking about cash flow additivity. This is called the time value of money.
I'm behind. I want to finish Leviticus today.
Well, you should start with Deuteronomy, according to Isabel.
Maybe I should start with Malachi. Why don't I start with Deuteronomy?
Oh no, I like Samaritans.
I think Meyer should start with Matthew.
Well, that will be the big. The start is an end, and the end is a start, Isabel. Yeah, you just have to know that. It's the yin and yang, motherfucker, and everything. Every blessing is a curse. For example,
how do you say yin and yang and not alpha and omega? You're such a horrible Christian.
Alpha and omega is beginning and end. I'm talking about. No,
it's not the same thing.
What did you just say?
No. He's saying that the alpha and omega is the yin and yang.
The alpha is the omega for something. The omega is the alpha for something else.
And yin is the yang, and yang is the yin.
Every curse is a blessing, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying.
Is that a blessing or a curse?
And some blessing is a curse.
A blessing is a curse. Yes, it is. A blessing is a curse.
That is not a blessing.
It is, but that's what I'm telling you.
It is a blessing.
A curse is not a curse. Let me tell you this. You have been cursed by being blind. But now that you are blind, you didn't sin by watching porn like Sahih does. Your curse became a blessing. You've been, for example, you've been blessed with money. Now that blessing is a curse because what did you do with that money? Did you feed the hungry? No, you didn't. You just ate more and became fat, like comedy right here.
No, but that's...
Exactly.
But they're poor in the
That
US.
doesn't mean it was that you were given a blessing and you didn't utilize that.
What I'm saying is
make it a curse.
the blessing and the curse is what you make out of everything.
Money is not a blessing.
That's right.
It's an opportunity.
Exactly. So you are the one.
Basically what he said.
You're the
So
one.
basically, you just have a condition. You decide whether it is a blessing or if it's a curse.
Correct. So there's nothing called I've received the blessing, I've received the curse. You've received both, and you decide which one you choose. No, you all choose to be.
Is that how you interpreting Deuteronomy? I place before you blessing and curse shoes.
No, that's not how I was thinking about it, but I would suppose the Torah agrees with me. It always does, man.
Alright, let me find that.
The Torah always agrees with Rabbi.
No, it does, huh?
Yes, it does. You know it.
Wait, now you're making me find that.
I don't know where it is.
I know where it is. I just have to look for a minute. Give me a minute. Right.
Think about it this way. Remember the prophet Samuel when he told the...
Okay, Deuteronomy 11:26.
Well, just 1 second. Deuteronomy what?
11:26.
11:26.
11:20. No, we don't do the NIV. That's the low intellect version. It's just good. There we go. Behold, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. Oh, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Exactly. The blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, and the curse if you do not obey them. Exactly. See, I told you the Torah always agrees with Rabbi. It's just like it is what it is, you know. No, that is true. Yes. So what did God give you? He didn't give you a blessing or a curse. You are the one who takes his blessing or takes his curse. He gave you both. That's right. But what do I give you guys? I give you nothing. Come on, we can look at AT&T. That shit has AT&T did an amazing job over the past year. Shit. Shit. Isabel, do you think Rico will pass the CFA?
No.
How much are you willing to bet on it?
I don't know. I don't want to bet on Rico.
Okay, how much?
I have a better question.
already-
Do you think he'll sit for the CFA?
I think
think
he will show up. I think he will show. You think he will?
Yeah, I don't think so. bet on him once and I lost, so I'm not gonna bet on him again.
I would bet $50 that he will show up to the exam. Would you?
I cannot bet on him again.
Yes, you. Okay.
I already lost 2 years of my life, almost 2 years.
So then bet against him and make $50.
He's not that Mitski song, okay? I bet on losing dogs. No, leave her be.
Then just turn him into something profitable.
Oh yeah, I already turned him into something profitable the moment I dumped him.
No, you didn't. You didn't even you're not even accepting this bet. Like I'm telling you, make it actually financially profitable.
No, I don't want him in my life. I don't want to know anything about him. I don't even want him in my life in the form of a bet. Like, he's dead to me. He's dead to me.
Who's dead to me? Son.
Yeah. I rumbled on him.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
He's dead to me.
He's dead to me. I don't know. I think you guys are hypersensitive. I mean, I'm
like
giving
Norm?
you opportunity to get $50. That's the future value. You can. That's much less now. So it's like.
I make $50 in 5 minutes. I'm not going to.
Yeah, but you can. But you never make $50 out of free call. Now you have the opportunity to do so. See, again, every blessing is a curse. You get the opportunity to choose a blessing that has turned him into something financially profitable.
It feels like you're trying to turn a curse into a blessing.
Correct.
Exactly.
Like the great people of Texas. That's what they did with the Alamo. They turned the curse into a blessing.
Oh, where did Meyer go? Jesus.
No, he goes wherever the Lord takes him.
I like Meyer so much. Me and Daniel.
I'm fine with him. He's a Jew, though. That's the problem. Daniel,
Meyer?
I'm not fine with Daniel at all. I think the guy is super retarded and boring and gay. I'm down.
You're also a little bit gay.
No.
He is kind of boring, to be honest.
You're not gay. You're a fight.
Like addicted to fucking politics in cringe ways. Those are just so cringe. And he says that Toira is okay with gays. Like, imagine that.
He never said that. He's a Jewish atheist.
Yeah, Jewish atheist. Okay, yeah, sure. Sure thing. Wherever that is.
I mean, like, he doesn't have to abide by it, just like there are so many Christians who don't believe these things.
They're not Christian if they don't.
And that's fine. It doesn't mean he's right. But so what? Why would you care? Aren't you an anarchist?
Yes, I am.
You should allow people to do whatever the hell they want.
Who said that? But did I stop him?
No, but you're criticizing him every day.
Oh, but how am I stopping him? I have the right to criticize them. You should let people do whatever they want. Why can't they?
Yeah, but you're obsessed with him.
I like to troll him. I don't respect him, if that's what you mean. I don't respect the guy.
You don't have to.
I know I don't, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Shit. Wasting everybody's time on Cock House.
That's right. Your conversation today with Fish was interesting, but I do prefer your conversations when you talk about religion.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me money.
Well, neither did your conversation with Fish today make you money.
Well, yeah, it actually gave me a very good idea of what I should do for my CFA Python thingy.
The automation of the shorting of the...
Yeah, shorting all the agents, including MSTR and logging Bitcoin. And delta hedging it. That's why I need automation to delta hedge.
So you should go more to the Bitcoin rooms. Oh, hi, Summer.
Hello. Is this, don't go to the Bitcoin rooms, Rabbi. It's just jibber jabber. Yeah, so a lot of faggots in there. So, Rabbi, do you think that MSTR is like a buy the dip? I'm thinking it is.
MSTR is very volatile. I mean, if you think Bitcoin is going to go up, you buy MSTR. But my idea is that I want to find a position where there's a risk-free return, and I think it will be regulated once. So let me tell you this: if you short MSTR and you long Bitcoin and you delta hedge it, there's no way for you to lose. Like if the price goes up or if the price of Bitcoin goes down, you're not gonna lose. But if the company itself, MSTR, goes bankrupt, then you make a shit ton of money. So then basically I have nothing to lose, but I have everything to win in case of bankruptcy. Now there's a lot of companies doing what MSTR does, and they're new apparently. So those guys have even a higher chance of going bankrupt. And many of them are gonna go bankrupt, and hence they do this as a last resort. And so if you do this with all of them, you're gonna end up making money. And after they go bankrupt, that's when the regulation will kick in. So I'm gonna take advantage of it before the regulations kick in. That's all it is. So if I can Python it.
Does the regulation have something to do with the amount of assets that they have to have before they can leverage on those assets? Is that something?
Probably that's how I see it. I see it going in a way where you're not allowed to do these things and give these options or like the convertibles and whatever and all that MSTR stuff. You're not allowed to do that unless you can somehow show that you have a very strong balance sheet and you won't go bankrupt. I do see things going that way. So, but I'm pretty sure some of them will go bankrupt. That's the thing. So imagine how much money you can make off of a company that you're shorting and it goes bankrupt. Meanwhile, it doesn't matter the price of Bitcoin if it goes up and down. You're not, your position isn't really losing much. It's not changing. It's delta hedged. That's right, but you're gonna have to monitor it every day and make changes every day, and that's why I want to automate it so that I don't have to do shit. It's just my computer does everything for me.
Shorting MSTR, longing Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And what is the delta? Is there another component to this? Like, is there an options contract or something?
There is options, but the only other thing is delta hedging. So you just change, depending on the changes between the price of Bitcoin and MicroStrategy, you manipulate your Bitcoin position such that nothing changes. So if you do that, then you're not going to lose, you're not going to win. But if the company goes bankrupt, then you will make a lot of money. And that's when you end your position. That'll be golden. Now, if it's multiple companies, then if one goes bankrupt, you made a shit ton of money and you end your, if you can, it depends on how I code it. I didn't start that yet. So I'm probably going to have it towards the end of this year. Probably I'm going to have it. So let's see how it goes.
I'm really thinking this might be like a buy the dip type of opportunity.
Right now?
MSTR, yeah.
I'm not so sure about that. Let's see how it goes. I mean, if you look at the 1 year chart of Bitcoin, you can see that it's testing. Depends on whether it breaks it or not. If it doesn't break it, you're right. If it does break, odds are you're right. But if it breaks it, then odds are you're wrong. I think things will go down a little bit, and then they will go up. Have you seen the yields? Treasury yields? And I think Trump wants to. He has to destroy the market. He has to destroy the stock market. Otherwise, how do you move people to the bond market? And people aren't doing it. And then you're gonna have high yields, and people will still not go to the bond market. So, how do you do that? So I do think Trump will end up in a position where he has to try to crash the market. That includes MSTR. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna buy or sell anything actually. I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah, how fast do you think we're gonna see dollar depreciation? I think it's gonna. Well, yeah. Let me hear your thoughts first.
It could go many things, man. I don't think the dollar is gonna depreciate. I think it's gonna appreciate.
It already is. That's the reason Bitcoin's up.
Yeah, but that's the trick, is you want the dollar to appreciate, but everything in moderation, man. I mean, you need the sweet spot where the dollar is appreciating, but not really killing the market. At the same time, you want the bond market to do well without killing the stock market. How do you do that? Again, like, the easiest way is to kill the stock market. That's just the easiest way, but everyone's gonna go crazy if that happens. Myself included, shit. And I have bonds, man, but they are the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, the worst investment that I made is a fucking bond. So.
How long till maturity?
I did buy a bond like that. I bought an ETF because I want the interest rates were very low. So, because you see, the government was printing a shit ton of money, and they were issuing very long-term bonds. They even created longer-term bonds in Canada, like 50-year bonds. So then, when I saw that, I knew that interest rates are gonna skyrocket. So buy the fucking, like, do you buy them or do you buy the bonds or not? Like, some people did, and they got fucked. They really got fucked, because now, why would I buy your bond? You bought it at a very low interest rate. Now the interest rate is super high. I would rather buy that bond. So your bond went to nothing, and that's how fucking Silicon Valley got destroyed. So I didn't buy it back then because I knew this. I was doing research on it. But then after, when the interest rates were very high, I bought bonds. Yet it still sucks till today. I'm losing money on it. Even when the interest rates are going lower and lower, you know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of bonds. I can tell you that.
I think gold is setting up for 4,000.
Gold is going wild, yeah. Gold is a good way for you to go, for sure.
Probably, like, oh, shit. Honestly, like, the US dollar is looking like shit at this point. I really think Trump is going to heavily depreciate the dollar if he wants to bring back incentivized manufacturing.
You don't want it to appreciate too much also, right? But the thing is, it will appreciate. Because, like, he wants to bring back manufacturing to the US. If manufacturing goes back to the US, that means the world will have to buy American products. If they buy American products, they have to buy them with the American dollar, which means then what? That means we're going to have to convert our currencies into American. That's more demand for the American dollar. So the American dollar goes up, it appreciates. So then it will reach, no, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take, like, what, 6 years for manufacturing to come back? But, like, if it does, then yeah, I mean, you don't want it to appreciate too much. Then no one can afford your products anymore.
But what would be the incentive for it to appreciate? And, like, how would it appreciate? Because if they're going to keep servicing the debt, it's not in America's interest to appreciate the dollar.
Exactly. So that's why it's like, you need the sweet spot. You don't want it to appreciate too much. You don't want it to depreciate too much. So what is that sweet spot? Like,
I think the sweet spot is he wants the dollar index down to like 80 or 70. Maybe 70 is the sweet spot he's looking for.
We don't know the sweet spot. That's the thing. So that's why it's tricky. But why does it go up? As I told you, because if people buy your products, they're gonna have to buy it with your currency. So if you are the one giving people the products, then your currency will boom. Because we're literally buying your currency in order to give it back to you so that we can get your product. It's amazing. That's right.
I don't think this guy really knows what he's doing, to be honest.
Trump?
Yeah, he's clueless. He's just going with the flow.
I think he knows what he's doing. But there's there's many ways it could go wrong. I mean, I see what he's doing, but that is an issue. Like, what do you do with the debt situation? That's what killed the market. But okay, it is a tough one. It's a very tough position. But that's why he's saying, okay, let's then create the external revenue agency. There's a reason why he's creating that. But then it's not the Americans who have to pay tax to pay for these things. Now the foreigners will do this. So that's a cope. That's not an ideal thing to do, but it's something that's needed. You know. Now other countries will go bankrupt because of it. Like, that's the funny part. But if other countries go bankrupt, everyone goes bankrupt. That's the thing. Yeah, it's a World War scenario. I believe it.
I mean, other countries will try to find new sources for their products, right? They'll try. Nothing can really replace America, right? There's no other country that can just endlessly print money to keep running these huge trade deficits and just keep importing huge volumes from the rest of the world.
Yet, nothing replaces America yet. I wouldn't say nothing replaces America.
At some point, China will replace America.
They'd love to replace America. I don't think they can anytime soon, but they would love to replace America, yeah. Yeah.
The thing with these Apple tariffs is, if Apple starts shifting its manufacturing here, we're looking at $5,000 iPhones.
Where?
He said he's going to tariff Apple 25% if they don't shift their manufacturing to the U.S.
But their manufacturing is in China and they're moving it to India, no?
Yeah, he said to stop investing in India and move it to the U.S.
Yes, so that 25% is if they stay in India.
Yeah, 25% if they stay in India. So then, add 25 to like $1,100. You're looking at maybe a $1,400, $1,500 iPhone. You shift it to the U.S., it's going to end up being a $5,000 iPhone.
I mean, I see what he's doing, and I agree with it. If he couples it with deregulation, I haven't seen deregulation yet. I haven't seen it. So then, if that's the case, then you're punishing the companies. Why would I create in the U.S.? You're just making it more expensive for me to create elsewhere. To the point where I come and do it in the US where it's very expensive. Why don't you deregulate so that then I can come, So deregulation is very needed. He said you would do things like that. I haven't seen anything personally, but I haven't been paying so much attention on that, not gonna lie. Although I am an Apple shareholder. Shit. That's right. I don't think Apple can go down.
My bias is towards gold. The thing is, I wish I had more. I don't have enough.
Yeah, me too. I wish I had more. I don't want to buy gold now. I think it's too expensive. When things calm down a little bit, I think gold will drop a little bit. Plus, when the war with Russia ends and there's business, Trump wants to do business with Russia and all of that stuff, like Russians have a lot of gold and that's just going to be gold that is no longer sanctioned, and I think gold will go down. That's why I wanted to buy a shit ton of it in 2023, actually. That was my plan. But before that, the war happened.
Why would Russia sell their gold? I wouldn't count on that. They don't trust the system anymore.
They would sell gold to make a lot of money. They have the biggest gold reserve in Siberia. They found out, that's why I'm telling you 2023, because that's when they're starting to mine. So this is relatively a new thing, but there's the war. Otherwise I would buy a shit ton. I would love to go to Russia, buy the shit ton of gold, and then just I would love to do that, yeah. But you don't have to buy Russian gold. It's just cheaper for you to buy it. But wherever you're at, the price of oil will dip. If the Russians bombard the market with gold, then the price of gold will dip. That's when you buy it. So I would say after the war is done, I would give it like half a year. Something like that. I mean, you're gonna have to keep an eye. That's just what it is.
Oh man. I just burned some tax papers because I don't want to throw it in the trash can. There's a lot of information on it. And man, there's so much smoke in my kitchen.
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, motherfuckers, I got a meeting at 3 p.m. I gotta go prepare. I'll see you guys later.
Alright, take it easy.
Why did she kick?
You is me. Me, who's you? I love that. That's such a fucking mind. Sorry, you're wasting his time every damn time. That's what it is.
That's right.
That's right, Randy.
Sorry?
That's right.
Sounds right. Hmm.
Nice.
Later.
Amazing. So when does the Shabbos begin?
I thought you were gonna ask. I thought you were gonna ask when to start studying.
Nah, that's right. Oh, about Rico? Never.
Summer Shabbos.
So does it start on Friday night? When the fuck does it start?
When the sun sets.
On Friday night?
Yes, up until the sun sets on the Saturday.
That's right.
Because the Jews are lunar.
But the Sabbath for Christians is Sunday, right?
Yes, because that's the day of purification.
So what the fuck is their difference? Since apparently we're from them.
Well,